Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. So we're looking at the subject of sanctification.
Pozeráme sa na tému posvetenia
And what we have seen
a to, čo sme videli,
is that in this movement,
je, že v tomto hnutí
from its very beginning,
od jeho začiatku
we spoke about giving the everlasting gospel to first the world and then the church.
sme hovorili o dávaní večného evanjelia najprv svetu, potom cirkvi.
And this is the testing message.
A toto je skúšobné posolstvo.
A few years ago,
Pred pár rokmi
we refined or perhaps defined what that testing message looked
sme
like.
definovali alebo nejak tak vyjasnili, ako vyzerá to skúšobné posolstvo.
The reason why this became a subject of controversy
Dôvod, prečo sa toto stal predmetom sporu,
is because people would complain.
je, že ľudia sa sťažovali,
They'd complain about the nature and scope of our presentations or studies.
a sťažovali sa ohľadne prirodzenosti nášho štúdia, o podstate štúdia.
The camp meeting,
Na camp meetingu
we'd never speak about health or reforms.
sme nikdy nehovorili o zdraví, o reformách.
All we seemed concerned about is prophecy. That's all we spoke about.
Všetko, čo nás zaujímalo, bolo proroctvo. O tom sme hovorili.
And we ignored lifestyle issues.
A témy okolo životného štýlu sme ignorovali.
So people became critical of our conduct.
A ľudia začali byť ohľadne toho kritickí.
So instead of changing our behavior,
Miesto toho, aby sme zmenili to naše správanie,
all we did was justify our
my sme ho
behavior.
ospravedlnili.
So what we said,
A povedali sme,
we said that our test
že naša skúška
is not morality, it's
nie je
prophecy.
morálka, ale proroctvo.
And that rally cry resonated with people,
A to v ľuďoch rezonovalo.
particularly when we had an insignia, a message given to us by our leader.
Zvlášť, keď sme mali posolstvo, ktoré nám bolo dané našim vodcom.
He came up with this nice definition.
Priniesol túto peknú definíciu.
Before he could do that,
Predtým, ako to spravil,
we had to put in place that our message was the gospel.
museli sme ujasniť, že naše posolstvo bolo evanjelium.
And we proved that
A dokázali sme to
from Revelation 14 verse 6.
zo Zjavenia 14.6.
What did we do?
Čo sme urobili?
What did we do with Revelation 14 verse
Čo
6?
sme urobili so Zjavením 14.6?
Tell us where 14 verse 6 should go.
Kam by Zjavenie 14.6 malo ísť?
Where do we place that in history?
Kde to umiestnime v dejinách?
No. We normally do Revelation chapter 10 in 1840.
Zjavenie 10 dávame na 1840.
You've probably heard a presentation of mine that alluded to that.
To ste už asi počuli z mojej prezentácie?
Yeah. So we mark it 1798 because that's where Ellen White marks it.
Značíme 1798, tam to značí sestra
She's
Whiteová.
quite explicit that 1798, at the time of the end, the book of Daniel is unsealed.
Tam sa píše, že v 1798 čase konca bola
And the unsealing of the book of Daniel
odpečatená kniha Daniel a toto odpečatenie
is the first angel's
je
message.
posolstvo prvého anjela,
Gives the message of time.
ktoré dáva posolstvo o čase.
So what did we do with that verse, that message?
Čo sme robili s tým veršom, s týmto posolstvom?
To defend ourselves.
Aby sme sa obranili.
We've got the year 1798.
Máme rok 1798
What are we going to do now?
a ďalej čo?
So the increase of knowledge
Rast poznania
would still be in Millerite history.
bol stále ešte v dejinách Milleritov.
So we can do a nice study on the past.
Mohli sme urobiť pekné štúdium na tú minulosť,
But to be frank, this movement doesn't care about the past.
ale aby som bol úprimný, toto hnutie sa nestará o minulosť.
What do we care
O
about?
čo sa my staráme?
The present and the future.
Prítomnosť a budúcnosť.
So in order to do
A
that,
aby sme to urobili,
we have to go to verse 6 and 7 and do some changes to it.
museli sme ísť do veršov 6-7 a pozmeniť ich.
And which verse do we go to enable us to make those changes?
A do ktorého verša sme išli, aby sme mohli tieto zmeny urobiť?
Sister May?
May?
In the book of Daniel.
V Danielovi.
Sister Ailey? We wouldn't go to Daniel 9 verses 24 to 27.
Nie, Daniel 9, 24 až
Remember in the year
27.
1798,
V roku 1798,
we got that from Revelation,
to máme zo zjavenia,
first angel's message.
prvé anielské posolstvo,
Where do we find that same history?
kde nájdeme tie isté dejiny.
Daniel.
Danielovi.
Not 12:4. Well, you could go to 12:4. No. She didn't say 12:4 actually. She said 9. I think. Did you say chapter 9? I think she said chapter 9, yeah.
Nie, Daniel 12, 4.
11. Chapter 11, verse 40.
Daniel 11, 40.
At the time of the end.
Čas konca.
Yeah. So that's 1798.
To je
And
1798.
what do we do with that verse?
Čo sme urobili s tým veršom?
We changed the verse.
Zmenili sme ho.
And what do we create?
A čo sme vytvorili?
We create a new time of the end, an additional one that's not there in the verse.
Vytvorili sme nový čas konca, ktorý pôvodne nie je v tom verši.
Which brings us to the year 1989.
Čo nás privádza k roku
So then we
1989.
get 1989 and we're going to repeat Revelation 14, 6 and 7.
Máme 1989 a budeme opakovať zjavenie 14, 6 a
So we
7.
contextualize the first angel's message and bring it into our own
A
history.
vedeli sme prvé anielské posolstvo dať do kontextu našich dejín.
Is everybody okay with that? Yeah.
Súhlasíme?
So maybe I said it in a complicated way.
Počkaj, teraz neviem.
And I did that not to make it deliberately complicated,
Nechcel som to zámerne komplikovať,
just to make us all
len
aware
aby sme si boli vedomí,
when we do
že
that,
keď to robíme,
we're not following the inspired word of God.
nejdeme podľa inšpirovaného Božieho slova.
You don't have to translate this. In the English, we're out on a limb.
V angličtine proste už sme príliš ďaleko. Ako na takej, lezieme po úzkej halúzi. Príliš ďaleko.
We're on dangerous ground when we start playing with inspiration, which is what we're doing.
Sme na nebezpečnom území, keď sa zahrávame s písmom a to my robíme.
Because the verses and Ellen White do not tell us that.
Pretože verše Ellen Whiteová nám to priamo nehovoria.
So we've contextualized the first angel's message,
Takže prvé anielské posolstvo sme dali do
bring it
kontextu.
into a specific context for
Dali
us.
sme ho do špecifického kontextu pre nás, v našich dejinách.
We've created 1989.
Vytvorili sme 89.
And so that's our first
To
step
bol náš prvý krok.
when we start speaking about a prophetic gospel.
Keď začneme hovoriť o prorockom evanjeliu.
Because now the first angel's message speaks about the everlasting gospel,
Posolstvo prvého anjela teraz hovorí o večnom evanjeliu
and we've moved it from Millerite history to our own
a my
history.
sme sa s tým pohli od dejín Milleritov k našim dejinám.
So whatever message we're going to give,
Takže akékoľvek posolstvo dáme,
it's the first angel's message.
prvé anielské posolstvo
It's given when?
je dané kedy?
When? Time at the end, 1989.
V čase konca v 89.
And that
A
message
to posolstvo
says in the verse is the everlasting gospel.
je večné evanjelium. Tam sa to tak píše.
So now we've got the everlasting gospel specifically targeted for our generation.
Takže teraz máme večné evanjelium špecificky zamerané do našej generácie.
So once we did
Keď sme
that,
to spravili,
then we asked, what does the everlasting gospel look
tak
like?
sme sa spýtali, ako vyzerá večné evanjelium.
What nature does it
Akú má
have?
podstatu?
And you go to a quote,
Ideme do citátu.
second selected messages, 106 paragraph 2.
2 SM 106, druhý odstavec.
And we take two verses,
A berieme dva verše.
14, 6 and 7, and then Genesis 3:15.
Zjavenie 14, 6 a 7 a Genesis 3.15.
So why is Ellen White comparing the two?
Prečo len Whiteova tieto dve porovnáva?
Why is she comparing the two?
Prečo ich porovnáva?
Sister Janice, what does the Genesis 3:1 say?
Čo hovorí Genesis 3.1?
Simple paraphrase.
V jednoduchosti, keď to parafrazuješ.
Okay, so we already know that, but what does it say?
Čo to hovorí?
What is the words of the gospel?
Aké sú slova Evanielia?
Just a short paraphrase.
Asi myslí Genesis 3.15 teraz, zase som sa pomýlila, nie 3.1.
That there will be enmity between those who follow God and those who
Že
follow
bude
Satan.
nenávisť medzi tými,
So
ktorí
what is the
nasledujú
word
Boha a
enmity?
ktorí
Simple
nasledujú
word.
Satana. Čo je to slovo nenávisť?
Enemies.
Budú
Enmity,
nepriatelia.
enemy. So can I change that to
Môžem
hatred?
to zmeniť na slovo nenávisť?
Yeah. So if I simplify it even more,
Keď to zjednoduším,
the Genesis 3:15 gospel
Evangelium z Genesis 3.15
is that God will make you hate Satan
je, že Boh spôsobí, že budeme nenávidieť Satana
and his followers.
a jeho následovníkov.
So he's going to put hatred into your heart,
Vloží nenávisť do nášho srdca,
which sounds counterintuitive.
čo znie tak protiintuitívne.
Do we agree with
S tým
that?
súhlasíme?
So the gospel message of Genesis 3 says God is going to put hatred into your heart.
Takže to Evangelium z Genesis 3 hovorí, že Boh dá do nášho srdca nenávisť.
Everyone okay with that? We're comfortable?
Ste s tým
That's what that gospel
v
is saying?
poriadku, že to je takto?
Yes? So, how moralistic does that sound
Ako morálne toto znie,
on a scale of 1 to 10?
keď to dáme na škálu od 1 po
1
10?
is zero moral, 10 is completely moral.
Alebo 0, že vôbec to nemá nič s morálkou a 10 má to úplne s morálkou.
10, people are saying.
10.
So it's a completely moral
To je
gospel.
morálne evanjelium.
So there's this complete moral gospel here.
Takže je tu toto morálne evanjelium.
Now when you take this gospel, the one from Revelation,
Keď vezmeme toto evanjelium, to zo zjavenia,
we know that you can't separate the first angel from the second and then the third.
vieme, že nemôžeme oddeliť prvé od druhého, druhého od tretieho.
They're a package deal.
Je to jeden balík.
And the way we want to frame that message
A keď chceme toto posolstvo dať do rámca,
is in a non-moralistic fashion.
tak to robíme nie morálnym spôsobom.
And it's particularly the second that does that for us.
A hlavne to druhé to robí.
Because out of the blue, it says
Lebo len tak zrazu tam hovorí,
Babylon is fallen.
že padol Babylon.
And we're not
My
Babylon.
nie sme Babylon.
So it seems to have nothing to do with us.
To znie, že to s nami nič nemá.
In fact, what it is,
A to, čo to je,
it's a very critical statement that accuses people.
je to kritický výrok, ktorý ľudí obviňuje.
And who's being accused?
A kto je obvinený?
Us or
My
them?
alebo oni?
The way we would normally understand the verse.
Tak, ako by sme rozumeli tomu veršu.
Them.
Oni.
Us the church, them the world.
My ako cirkev, oni ako svet.
So that's why, if I can put it this way,
Preto, ak to môžem takto povedať,
liberal Adventists
liberálni adventisti
have hated this gospel message
nenávidia toto posolstvo evanjelia,
because it sounds rude and accusative of people who are relatively innocent.
lebo to znie hrubo, drzo a obviňovačne na ľudí, ktorí sú v podstate nevinní.
So I want to suggest
Takže ja by som mal návrh.
the reason Ellen White's going to connect these two
Dôvod, prečo len Whiteova tieto dve spája,
is because they look different, they feel different.
je, že oni znejú inak, alebo
The Revelation one
inak. To zo
seems to be
zjavenia,
about other people.
to zo zjavenia
Doesn't seem to be so personal.
neznie vôbec osobne,
And the Genesis one seems extremely
ale
personal.
to z Genezisu je veľmi osobné.
So Ellen White's going to say they're both essentially the same message.
A Elena Whiteová povie, že oni sú obidve rovnakým posolstvom.
So we preferred the Revelation version
My sme preferovali tú verziu zo zjavenia,
because that's the one that's geared up for us. It's aimed for our needs.
lebo to je zacielené na naše potreby.
And it has the feel of not being very moralistic.
A dáva to taký pocit, že to nie je príliš moralistické.
Genesis says hate sin.
Genesis hovorí nenávidieť hriech.
And Revelation just says
A zjavenie hovorí,
Babylon is going to disobey God and be destroyed.
Babylon bude nenávidieť Boha a bude zničený.
And make sure you don't disobey God.
A vy tiež radšej poslúchajte Boha,
Otherwise you'll be destroyed
lebo aj
as
vy
well.
budete zničení.
So it has a very different feel to
Má
it.
to taký iný úplne pocit, dojem.
So we took up that cry
Zobrali sme toto volanie
and we
a
said
povedali sme,
the gospel
že evanjelium
is about prophecy.
je o proroctve.
Because this is really about the papacy,
To
the
je,
story.
ten príbeh je o pápežstve.
We go from Babylon to papacy.
Ideme od Babylona k pápežstvu.
Papacy is a bad
To je
organization.
zlá organizácia.
And the message
A
says,
to posolstvo hovorí,
don't be like Babylon because God won't like it.
nebuďte ako Babylon, Bohu sa to nebude páčiť.
So it's an attack against Babylon more than it is against us.
Je to útok na Babylon viac ako na nás.
So we saw this as some kind of prophecy.
Toto sme videli ako proroctvo,
Because we say,
pretože hovoríme,
sometime in the
že
future,
niekedy v budúcnosti,
we don't know when,
nevieme kedy,
the papacy
pápežstvo, Babylon,
is going to fall.
padne.
And what makes it fall?
Čo spôsobí, že padne?
What brings it to its low point?
Čo ho privedie k tomu
What brings it so low?
tomu
Papacy,
hlbokému
Babylon.
pádu?
What crime does it commit that's so bad?
Aký spôsobí taký zlý zločin?
Not sure? Go to verse 9.
Poďme do 9. verša.
This is the third angel's message, the last part of the
To je
gospel.
posolstvo
Revelation
tretieho
14.
anjela, posledná časť Evanjelia, Zjavení 14.
So we're in 14:9.
Sme v Zjavení
That was
14.9.
Revelation 17, you were thinking. 14:9.
Zjavenie 14.9.
So I'll read it aloud so you can follow along. And
Ja
the
to
third angel
prečítam.
followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God.
A A iný tretí anjel nasledoval za nimi a hovoril veľkým hlasom: Jestli sa niekto bude kláňať čelme a jej obrazu a príjme znamenie na svoje čelo
So this gospel message
alebo na
says
svoje čelo alebo ruku, bude aj on
Don't-
piť z vína hnevu Božieho.
don't get the mark of the beast.
Takže to posolstvo hovorí, neprimíte
The beast
znamenie
is
šelmy.
Babylon.
Tá šelma je
Babylon
Babylon.
is
Babylon je
which power?
ktorá moc?
So we'll go to Revelation 17,
Takže pôjdeme do zjavenia 17,
chapter 17.
kapitola 17,
Go to verse 5.
5.
Tell me
verš.
Who Babylon is.
Kto je Babylon?
So who is that?
Kto to je?
The papacy. Good.
Pápežstvo.
So the beast,
Takže tá šelma
chapter 14,
v 14.
is
kapitole je Babylon
Babylon is the papacy.
a Babylon je
So this beast
pápežstvo.
is the papacy.
Takže tá šelma je pápežstvo.
So don't get the papacy's mark.
Neprimite znamenie pápežstva.
And what is the papacy's mark, Sister Catherine?
Aké je jeho znamenie, Katrin?
Sorry? So that's where they'll place the mark.
Na čelo umiestnia to znamenie.
What is that mark? Simply.
Ale čo to je v jednoduchosti, to jeho znamenie?
Not literally, just in real life, what is it?
V skutočnom živote nedoslovno.
Not the symbology.
Nie tá
What is the mark
symbolika.
of the papacy?
Čo je znamenie pápežstva?
By the car. Sunday law, Sunday sacredness. I knew you knew that. Yeah?
Nedelný zákon,
Okay.
svetenie nedele.
So keeping Sunday is the mark of the papacy. It's the mark of its authority.
Dodržiavanie nedele je znamenie autority pápežstva.
That doesn't have the feel of Genesis.
To nevytvára taký pocit ako v Genesis.
Genesis just says hate sin.
Genesis hovorí nenávidieť hriech,
Be a good
nenávidieť,
person.
byť dobrým človekom.
So we saw a difference
My sme videli rozdiel
between the Revelation gospel and the Genesis gospel.
medzi evanjelium zo zjavenia a Genesis. Evanjelium z
So we
Genesis.
developed a model
A vytvorili sme model,
that says the everlasting gospel,
ktorý hovorí, že večné evanjelium,
taken from verse 6,
vzatý zo 6.
is a
verša,
prophetic message.
je prorocké posolstvo.
And that prophetic message is about the beast power.
A to prorocké posolstvo je o šelme.
And that message comes in 3 steps.
A to posolstvo prichádza v 3
First,
krokoch.
second, and third angels' messages, or 3 steps.
Posolstva 1., 2., 3. anjela, tie 3
And
kroky.
it's a prophetic message.
A je to prorocké posolstvo.
We called it a testing message.
Je to skúšobné posolstvo.
So we defined the gospel to be a 3-step prophetic testing message.
Takže sme evanjelium definovali ako 3-stupňové prorocké posolstvo.
And how many groups of people do you get at the end of that?
A koľko skupín ľudí dostaneme na konci toho?
How many groups of people do you get at the end?
Koľko skupín dostaneme na konci?
2 groups.
2
So
skupiny.
if we thought of the gospel
Ak sme rozmýšľali o evanjeliu,
as this black box,
ako keby to bola takáto nejaká krabička, čierna
something
skrinka,
goes in
niečo vojde dnu,
and something comes out.
niečo vyjde von.
What comes out?
Čo vyjde von?
You just told us.
Práve si nám to povedal.
It produces
Vytvorí to
how many types of people?
koľko skupín? 2 skupiny ľudí.
So it creates 2 groups of people.
Vytvorí 2 skupiny ľudí.
That's what comes out.
To je to, čo stadiaľ
this
vyjde.
is
Toto
The
je
everlasting gospel.
večné evanjelium.
We're okay with that?
Môže byť?
Sister Aileen?
Elin?
What goes in?
Čo ide dnu?
2 comes out. What went in?
Dvaja vyšli, dnu išli koľkati.
One. Good.
Jedna skupina.
So one comes in,
Jedna skupina
two
vchádza
come out.
a dve vychádzajú.
Has the ability
A večné
to
evanjelium má
get one
schopnosť
group of people
z jednej skupiny
and turn them into two groups.
urobiť dve.
We okay with that?
Súhlasíte?
Sister Kathy?
Katy?
How does it do that?
Ako sa to
How
deje?
does it have the ability to get one group and turn them into two?
Ako má tú schopnosť z jednej skupiny urobiť dve?
So you said testing message.
Povedala si, že je to skúšobné
Explain a little
posolstvo.
bit more so we all understand.
Vysvetli to
what you mean.
trochu.
You can maybe do it as an example if you prefer, or a
Môže-
concept, whichever.
Môžeš nám dať nejaký príklad alebo koncept?
So we have a message,
Takže máme
or
posolstvo,
we might call it a test,
môžeme ho nazvať
and it
skúškou
says you need to behave in a certain way,
a hovorí, musíš sa chovať určitým spôsobom
or you need to make a certain decision.
alebo urobiť určité rozhodnutia.
And everybody comes up, this one group.
Všetci prídu, táto jedna
The
skupina
gospel says
a evanjelium hovorí,
you need to do this thing,
musíš robiť toto a toto,
whatever that thing is.
čokoľvek to je.
And one person says what?
A jeden človek povie čo?
Yes.
Áno.
And the other one will say
A druhý povie
no.
nie.
One person says, I don't want to do what you told me.
Jeden povie, ja nechcem robiť, čo si mi
And
povedal.
the other one says, I will do it.
A druhý povie, ja to spravím.
So everybody goes in,
Takže všetci vojdu
they
dnu
come out differently.
a výjdu
One
rôzne.
accepts and one rejects.
Jeden to príjma a druhý to
I want us to
odmieta.
be clear on that.
Chcem, aby nám bolo jasné,
At the beginning, they're all the same.
že na začiatku sú všetci na tom
Okay
istom
with that?
mieste alebo v tom istom stave.
Sister Janice? What's the difference between John the Revelator, that beloved disciple, and Judas Iscariot?
Janice, aký je rozdiel medzi Jánom, milovaným učeníkom, a Judášom Iškariotským?
What's the difference between them?
Aký je medzi nimi rozdiel?
We can do it in the framework of tall or short,
Môžeš to povedať v rámci vysoký a
fat
nízky,
or thin,
tučný, chudý,
good or bad.
dobrý alebo zlý.
What's the difference between them?
Aký je medzi nimi rozdiel?
So one is faithful and one
Jeden
is
je
not.
verný a druhý nie.
So here,
Tu,
which one is faithful and which one isn't?
ktorý je verný a ktorý nie je.
Both.
Myslíš, že obaja?
So there's no difference between them.
Čiže medzi nimi nie je rozdiel.
So John is not faithful and Judas unfaithful.
To nie je, že Ján je verný a Judáš je neverný.
They're both bad.
Obidvaja sú zlí. V zlom
So
stave.
they both start off bad.
Obidvaja začnú v zlom
Judas
stave.
is not more evil than the other 11.
Judáš nie je horší ako ostatných 11.
And often
A
we
často
develop a model that says that he was different.
máme model v hlave, že on bol iný, on bol horší od nich.
They were all bad men.
Oni všetci boli v zlom stave, boli to zlí ľudia.
They go through this machine
Prejdú cez túto krabičku, alebo
and depending on how
ako
they
mixer,
respond,
a v závislosti na tom, ako
John comes
odpovedajú
out
na
good.
to, Jan vyjde ako dobrý
and Judas
a
doesn't
Judáš
just remain bad, he gets
Nes-
worse.
nezostane zlý, on sa stane ešte horším.
That's what this machine does.
To je to, čo robí
It
táto
has the ability
krabička.
to make you better,
Má schopnosť vás zlepšiť,
but the other side of this is it has the ability to make you worse. You don't come out
Ale-
the same.
ale tá druhá strana je, že má schopnosť vás urobiť horšími. Nevidíte rovnaký, ako ste boli predtým.
Nobody survives this process
Tento proces
unchanged.
nikto neprežije bez nejakej zmeny.
And this is why this is so scary.
Preto je to také strašidelné.
When you go through this process, you can't remain neutral.
Keď prejdete cez tento proces, nemôžete zostať neutrálni.
This is why this message
Preto toto posolstvo
produces so much hatred in people.
produkuje v ľuďoch toľko nenávisti.
This is why you see people who either love you or hate you.
Preto vidíme ľudí, ktorí nás buď milujú, alebo nenávidia.
It's this thing that does it to you, this machine.
To je táto krabička, ktorá to robí.
It either builds you or destroys you.
Buď nás to vybuduje, alebo nás to zničí.
Everybody comes out from this process one thing or the other. You don't have a choice.
Každý z tohto procesu vyjde buď taký, alebo taký. Nemáme na výber.
So that's what this definition we had is the movement.
To je táto definícia, ktorú máme ako hnutie.
The definition. We wouldn't call it the everlasting gospel.
Chceme to
We'd
nazvať...
call it what?
Ako sme to nazvali? To večné evanjelium?
We'd call it a test.
Skúška.
What kind of a test?
A aká skúška?
A prophetic test.
Prorocká skúška.
And this definition
A táto
served us
definícia
well
nám tiež
for
poslúžila
quite some time.
určitý čas.
But it's not a complete definition
Ale nie je úplná.
because it's not just this one message.
Nie je to len toto jedno posolstvo.
How many messages are there?
Koľko máme posolstiev?
How many messages are there?
Koľko je posolstiev?
My sister says one.
Moja sestra hovorí
That's what
jedno.
this board work shows.
Toto nám ukazuje tá
It's
tabula,
not that simple.
ale nie je to také jednoduché.
You end up having two messages
Nakoniec máme dve posolstva.
because when you go through this,
Keď prejdeme cez toto
you say,
a povieme,
do you accept this message, this test?
príjmaš túto skúšku, toto posolstvo?
You can't just say no.
Nemôžeme povedať nie.
It's not that simple.
Nie je to také jednoduché.
So, because someone's going to ask you,
Keď sa vás niekto spýta,
why?
prečo?
What do you accept?
Čo príjmaš?
What do you believe?
Čomu veríš?
And you can't just say,
A
I
nemôžeme
don't
len
know, but
povedať,
not that one.
neviem, ale tam tomu neverím.
You can't do that.
To sa nedá.
So you have to come up with a viable alternative,
Takže musíte mať nejakú takú dobrú alternatívu.
which we would call,
A to my nazývame
what would we call it?
ako?
Okay, so we'd call it fake news.
Falošné správy
message.
alebo falošné posolstvo.
Or we'd call it
Alebo
two streams of information.
dva zdroje informácií.
So it's not just that there's this one message.
To nie je iba, že je jedno posolstvo,
There is an alternative.
je tu aj alternatíva.
An alternative message.
Alternatívne posolstvo.
Now, every single one of you is intelligent and clever.
Každý jeden z vás je inteligentný a múdry.
Yeah? So,
Ano.
if the message is look at this board and tell me what color it is.
Pozrite sa na túto tabulu, aké je farby.
And you'll all say it's white.
Biela. Keby toto
So
bolo to
the test
posolstvo,
isn't going to be, is it black or is it white?
tá skúška nebude o tom, že je to biela tabula alebo
That would be
čierna
too
tabula.
simple.
To by bolo moc jednoduché.
So what would the test be?
Aká by bola skúška?
Is it brilliant white
Je to jasná biela
or a cream white
alebo krémová
or
biela
Arctic white?
alebo arktická biela?
It's all about shades.
Je to celé o tom otieni.
It's not that easy
Nie je také jednoduché
to get the right answer.
dostať správnu odpoveď.
And what do we call that?
Ako to nazývame?
That concept or that principle
Tento koncept alebo
where you have
princíp,
two versions.
kde máme dve verzie,
options.
dve možnosti.
Compare and contrast.
Porovnaj a daj do
You have
protikladu.
the true
Máme to pravdivé
and the counterfeit.
a nápodobeninu.
You have the true and the counterfeit. And for it
Máme
to be a
pravdivé.
proper counterfeit,
Aby sme mali dobrú nápodobeninu,
it's not black and white, is it?
to nie je čierna a biela.
That would be too simple.
To by bolo príliš
Everybody
jednoduché.
would know the difference between that.
A všetci by vedeli ten rozdiel medzi nimi.
So the difference becomes very subtle.
Tie rozdiely sú
But
veľmi
if it were possible,
subtle, neviem, že ak by
even
bolo
the
možné,
very elect would be deceived.
boli by zvedení aj tí vyvolení.
And the problem is they are able to be deceived.
A problém je, že oni sú schopní byť zvedení, aj tí
Okay, so we've
vyvolení.
spoken about how we developed our understanding.
Hovorili sme o tom, ako sme vyvinuli naše porozumenie.
So let's summarize.
Poďme to
Where
zhrnúť.
do we begin?
Kde začneme?
Which message?
S ktorým posolstvom?
Just shout out, we'll brainstorm. It's louder. Where do we start? Which verse? Which message?
V ktorom verši začíname?
First angel.
Prvý
What year
anjel.
are we in?
V ktorom sme roku?
We're in 1798. It has nothing to do
1798.
with us.
To s nami nemá
So what
nič
do we need to
spoločné.
do?
Takže čo musíme
I've
spraviť?
said we need to contextualize it.
Musíme to dať do kontextu.
How do we contextualize 1798?
Ako dáme do kontextu 1798?
We turn the date into a symbol,
Z dátumu urobíme symbol,
a waymark, and we
milník
call it what?
a nazveme to ako?
Time of the end.
Čas
Which verse
konca.
are we in?
A v ktorom sme verši?
Daniel 11 verse 40.
Daniel
Now we
11.40.
contextualize it.
Dáme to do kontextu.
What does that do for us?
Čo to spraví?
We move the time of the end from 1798
Prejdeme od času konca 1798 k čomu?
to 1989.
1989. A už sme v našich dejinách.
And now what have we got?
A čo máme?
We have the everlasting gospel
Máme večné
that's
evanjelium,
specific for us.
ktoré je špecifické pre nás.
That gospel is in 3 parts.
A to evanjelium má 3 časti.
And what's it dealing with?
A s čím sa vysporiadáva?
Which power?
S ktorou mocou?
The beast power,
S tou mocou šelmy,
also called verse 8,
ktorú tiež nazývame
14:8. 14:8. Someone said? Babylon.
Babylon.
Is fallen. So the
Zjavenie
beast is Babylon,
14.8. Takže šelma je Babylon
and Babylon is the papacy.
a to je pápežstvo.
Sister Sue Ellen took us to Revelation 17 verse 5.
Suelen nás vzala k zjaveniu 17.5.
Mystery Babylon,
Tajomstvo Babylon,
the mother church.
matka tých
So
neviestok.
we saw that as a prophetic story.
Videli sme to ako prorocký príbeh.
Ellen White says it's the same story as Genesis 3.
Ellen Whiteová hovorí, že je to rovnaký príbeh ako Genesis 3.
That looks too moralistic for us.
To nám prípada príliš morálne.
The one we've been given is the prophetic version, the Revelation 14 one.
To, čo nám bolo dané, je prorocká verzia toho evanielia zo zjavenia 14.
Then we looked at the gospel message,
Potom sme sa pozerali na posolstvo evanielia.
turned it into this machine.
Urobili sme z neho takú krabičku.
Something comes in,
Niečo vojde dnu
2 things come out.
a 2 vyjdú von.
Judas and John are the same. They're both bad men.
Judáš a Ján sú rovnakí, sú obidvaja zlí muži, zlí
They
ľudia.
go through this process
Prejdú cez tento
and
proces
they both come out different.
a vyjdú každý iný.
John comes out better, Judas comes out worse.
Ján vidia ako lepší a Judáš ako horší.
This
Než
is why
boli.
there's so much hatred between us.
Preto je tu toľko nenávistí medzi nami.
That's why people accuse one another of being bad or being disliked.
Preto ľudia obviňujú jedni druhých z toho, že sú zlí, že sú...
It's supernatural.
Toto je
It's
nadprirodzené.
hatred that
Je to
occurs.
nenávisť.
And this is exactly what Genesis 3:15 teaches.
A toto presne Genesis 3.15 učí.
So you see it has these characteristics.
A má to tieto vlastnosti, musíme ich
Everyone who has
vidieť.
left this movement,
Každý, kto odišiel z tohto hnutia,
what kind of emotion do they have?
aké majú v sebe emócie a pocity?
The people that they once loved, they now hate.
Ľudia, ktorí predtým milovali, teraz nenávidia.
And why do they hate us more than they hate their next door neighbor?
A prečo nás nenávidia viac ako nejakého svojho
Or
suseda alebo kriminálnika
Or one of these pastors or elders that do really bad things?
alebo nejakého kazateľa, ktorý robí zlé veci alebo
Why do they hate us so
staršieho?
much?
Prečo nás tak strašne nenávidia?
There's some kind of attachment that they have with us,
Oni majú s nami nejaké spojenie alebo niečo
like brothers,
ako keď
Cain
sme
and
boli
Abel.
bratia Kain a Abel.
They fight with each other. They don't fight with their parents.
Kain a Abel nebojujú so svojimi rodičmi, bojujú medzi sebou.
So we also said
Tiež sme
the everlasting
povedali,
gospel is a prophetic test.
že večné evanjelium je prorocká skúška.
It's a message,
Je to posolstvo,
prophetic message.
prorocké posolstvo.
But
Ale
there's not just one message.
nie je to iba jedno posolstvo.
There's this true message
Je tu pravdivé
which
posolstvo,
John will accept,
ktoré príjme Ján.
and there's a false message that Judas will accept.
A je falošné posolstvo, ktoré príjme Judáš.
So it's not just one piece of information. It ends up becoming two pieces.
To nie je iba jedna informácia, z ktorej sa stanú dve, ale
The
sú dve.
truth and a lie.
Pravda a lož.
We're all clever.
Sme všetci
So if
mudrí.
someone told you a lie,
Ak by vám niekto povedal klamstvo,
you'd be able to discern it, wouldn't you?
tak by ste si to predsa všimli, nie? By ste to rozlišili.
In order to prevent that,
Na to, aby sa tomu
how is that
zabránilo,
lie given? How is it
ako je
packaged?
dané to klamstvo, zabalené, ako?
It's cloaked in a way
Je zabalené takým spôsobom,
that it becomes difficult to see that it's a lie.
že je veľmi ťažké vidieť, že to je klamstvo.
We can call it what?
Môžeme to nazvať ako?
We can call it a counterfeit.
Môžeme to nazvať
A symbol
nápodobenina.
that the Bible gives us
Symbol, ktorý nám dáva
is a
Biblia,
wolf in
je
sheep's clothing.
vlk v ovčom
So what is
ruchu.
a wolf in sheep's clothing?
Čo je vlk v ovčom ruchu?
Give me another definition of that.
Dajte mi nejakú inú definíciu toho.
A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Vlk v ovčom ruchu.
Give another symbol. Sorry. A Trojan horse.
Trojský kôň.
So I won't put it down, but you can put Trojan horse down.
To nejdem písať.
An
Mohli by
actor.
sme.
So if we go from an
Herec.
actor, we'll go to
Od herca
a
ideme kam?
hypocrite.
K pokrytcovi.
From an actor to a hypocrite to
A od pokrytca ku komu?
Pharisee
Farizej.
or
Alebo
sorry. Revelation chapter 3.
Zjavenie 3.
Laodicea.
Laudicea.
Yeah? So a Laodicean is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Laodičan je vlk v ovčom ruchu.
Every single one of
Každý jeden
them or us.
z nich alebo z nás.
Depends where you are in this process, I guess.
Tento proces.
We all were Laodicean,
Pred týmto procesom sme všetci Laudicea.
and perhaps some of us still are.
A možno niektorí z nás ešte stále
A
sú.
Laodicean is
Laudicea,
a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Laudičan je
It's an animal
vlk v ovčom
that
ruchu. Je
is
to zviera,
acting,
ktoré sa na niečo hrá.
pretending to be something that it's not.
Tvári sa, že je niečím, čím nie je.
So we've got Laodicea,
Takže máme
And the other
Laodiceu.
one that someone said,
A tá druhá, to niekto povedal,
we're the church or we're the group of Sardis.
sme skupinou Sardis.
So Laodicea and Sardis are exactly the same church,
Laodicea a Sardis sú tou istou cirkvou.
exactly the same experience, the same problem.
Majú ten istý problém, tú istú skúsenosť.
It's just described in a different way.
Len je to popísané iným spôsobom.
This one is described as lukewarm.
Toto je ako vlážnosť.
And how do you become lukewarm?
Ako sa stanete
When
vlážni?
you add hot and cold water together.
Keď spojíte horúce a studené.
Where are you hot?
V čom sme horúci?
Catherine, where are you hot?
V čom je tá
One side,
horúcnosť?
the left or the right?
Ľavá alebo pravá strana?
The left and the right is hot.
Ľavá
So
je
left is hot,
studená
right is cold.
a pravá je horúca?
Another way of modeling that
Skúsme to inak
instead of doing left and
povedať.
right. If you look at this one,
Keď sa pozrieme na
you're a wolf
toto,
in sheep's clothing.
ovca, teda
If you looked on
vlk
this
v ovčom
side,
rúchu, keď sa pozrieme
what
na
would you
túto
see?
stranu, čo budeš vidieť?
And if you looked at this side, what will you see?
Ovcu. A na tejto
would?
strane? Tiež
You
vidíš
look, I
ovcu.
would look like a wolf on this side. What would I
Myslíš, že
look
na
like on
tejto
this side?
strane vyzerám ako vlk?
Sheep and sheep.
Nie, ja vyzerám ako ovca.
Let's go back to the Laodicean.
Poďme k Laodicei.
Which bit's hot?
Ktorá časť je horúca?
Oh, yeah, we're hot.
Ale áno, vieme byť veľmi horúci.
Which bit?
V ktorej časti nás?
Outside.
Navonok vyzeráme horúci.
Outside is
Navonok
hot.
sme horúci,
The inside is cold.
ale vnútri studený.
Just like this.
Tak jak toto.
Inside
Vnútri
is full of hypocrisy.
je plné pokrytectva.
outside-
A vonku
This sheep wool.
je ovca.
White, pure, clean.
Biele, čisté,
Hot.
horúci.
Hot means to be alive.
Znamená byť nažive.
And if you're alive,
Ak si nažive,
it's symbolized by righteousness
to je symbolizované spravodlivosťou
or the color white.
alebo bielou farbou.
So we're white on the outside,
Navonok sme bieli,
but we're dead or full of hypocrisy on the inside.
ale sme mŕtvi alebo plní pokrytectva
Are we okay
vnútri.
with that?
Áno?
Yeah. So Laodicea is hot on the outside,
Takže
cold on
Laodicea
the inside, and when you
je
add them,
horúca
you become
vonku
lukewarm.
a studená vnútri a potom ako výsledok toho je vlažnosť.
Sardis is what?
Sardis je čo?
Sister Suellen, you know how you would do with Sardis?
Vieš, ako sa vysporiadať so Sardisom?
So Sardis looks alive on the outside,
Sardis vyzerá nažive navonok,
and it's dead on the inside.
ale mŕtvy vnútri je.
In fact, if you look at the name Sardis, it means what?
Ak sa pozrieš na slovo Sardis, znamená čo?
So Sister Suellen says the name Sardis is red.
Sardis znamená
So
červený.
what she did was
To, čo
went
spravila,
to the Greek
išla do gréčtiny,
and looked at the Greek definition of the word Sardis.
pozerala na grécku definíciu slova Sardis,
You did, yes?
že?
So let's stay in the English.
Takže zostaňme v angličtine.
So where are we?
Kde sa nachádzame?
Book of Revelation.
V zjavení?
Which chapter?
V ktorej kapitole?
Let's go to Revelation chapter 3.
Poďme do zjavenia
So in
3.
Revelation chapter 3, Sister Suellen,
Suelen.
and start reading from verse 1
Začni čítať od prvého verša
and tell me what Sardis means,
a povedz mi, čo znamená Sardis.
because you'll find it doesn't mean red.
Lebo tam to nehovorí o tom, že to je červené, že to znamená
In
červený.
Revelation chapter 3,
Zjavenie 3.
you'll find the answer in verse 1.
V prvom verši máš odpoveď.
So we're in Revelation 3 verse 1, and Sister Suellen's going to tell us what Sardis means.
Zjavenie 3.1 a sestra Solen nám povie,
Tell us
čo
what-
to je Sardis.
You tell us what sardis means. So Sister Allen says it means alive.
Ellen hovorí, že to
So
znamená
I'll
byť
read that in
nažive.
English.
Prečítam to po anglicky.
Thou hast a name that thou livest
Máš meno, že žiješ
and art dead.
a si mŕtvy.
So the name is alive,
Takže to meno je,
And
že
the
si že
works
nažive, ale tie
is
skutky
death.
sú smrť.
So sardis, as you just correctly said, means alive,
Ako si pred chvíľou správne povedal, Sardis znamená byť nažive,
but it's dead works.
ale má mŕtve skutky.
Brother Jonathan,
Jonathan?
which bit? Are you in English or German? Okay, so in the English,
V angličtine
it says, I know thy works,
sa píše, poznám tvoje
that
skutky,
thou hast a name,
že máš
that
meno,
thou livest,
že žiješ,
and art dead.
ale si
So
mŕtvy.
you paraphrase that for us.
Skús mi to parafrazovať.
Or as they say in fancy language, exegesis it for us.
Oni to
Explain
vedia
what
takto
that means.
pekne povedať. Urob nám exegezu. Čo to znamená?
I know you can't do that.
It gives to me the appearance that Sardis has a name that gives the ability to live, but this to me not necessarily means that the name means living.
Sardis má meno, ktoré v sebe nesie schopnosť života, ale to meno neznamená, že naozaj žije.
So would you be happy
Bol by si šťastný,
if I were to use a technique
keby som mal použiť techniku
which would say,
alebo spôsob,
I want to prove a point
ktorý by povedal, chcem ukázať určitú pointu,
using
dokázať ju,
different examples?
použijem rôzne príklady,
We would call it upon the testimony of two, something is established.
nazveme to na svedectve dvoch
what
sa
I would
ustanovuje niečo. To, čo ja by som
We could
povedal,
go to different stories in the Bible,
je, že môžeme ísť do rôznych príbehov v Biblii
and there seems to be a consistent pattern.
a zdá sa, že tu je konzistentný vzorec.
When God gives you a name,
Keď Boh vám dá
in some
meno
shape or form,
v nejakej forme,
that name gives you your job function,
to meno vám dáva vaše
Or is
povolanie, vašu
a synopsis, a summary of your role in life or your
je to
behavior.
zhrnutie našej role v živote. A čo po nás Boh chce?
Or a prophecy
Alebo
of your
proroctvo.
conduct.
Aká je naša
You
rola,
okay with
úloha?
that?
Áno?
Abraham. Abraham means
Pardon,
the
Abraham,
father
Abraham.
of nations.
Otec národov.
So he becomes the father of those who accept God's promise.
Stal sa otcom tých, ktorí prijali Božie zasľúbenie.
Sarai to Sarah.
Saraj
becomes
na Sáru.
The mother of all of God's children.
Stala sa matkou Božích detí.
Isaac.
Izák.
He's called Isaac because he brings joy to his family.
Nazýva sa Izák, lebo priniesol radosť svojej rodine.
Jacob.
Jakob.
The supplanter, the person who deceives.
Ten, ktorý zviedol.
Gets his name changed to Israel.
Jeho meno je potom zmenené na
The
Izrael.
one who can beat God in a fight.
Ten, kto zvíťazil nad Bohom.
Adam, which means red because he came from the soil which was red in color.
Znamená červený, lebo prišiel zo zeme, ktorá bola červená.
So I think I've given a number. There are many, many.
Je tu mnoho príkladov.
Peter, who's called Simon, who becomes a stone.
Šimon Peter stane sa skalou.
So that stone
Takže
comes
tá
from a
skala
mountain,
vychádza z
and that
vrchu
stone is cut out of that mountain.
a je vyťatý z vrchu.
You've heard of the place called Caesarea Philippi?
Počul si o mieste Cezarea Filipy?
There's two Caesareas, one on the coast,
Sú dve Cezare, jedna je na pobreží,
which is the one where Paul goes to,
tam išiel Pavol,
and there's another one.
a je ďalšia.
If you go to the Dead Sea,
Keď pôjdeš k mŕtvemu moru,
go north to the Sea of Galilee,
Pôjdeš na sever ku Galilejskému moru
The Jordan River connects them two.
a tá Jordán ich spája.
You go a bit further north
Vidíš trošku
and you
ďalej
go to the
na sever
head or the headwaters of the River Jordan.
a tam pôjdeš k tým, teraz neviem, či prameňom Jordánu,
That's where
alebo
the tribe of Dan once resided.
tam mal bývať kmeň
Which is why
Dánu,
they get the River Jordan.
preto dostali Jordán.
There's a mountain there,
Tam
which is
je,
the source of the Jordan River.
nazvali to Jordán a je
And
tam
they
aj
built
vrch,
a city
kde
there,
pramení
which was
Jordán.
the city of Dan,
Tam postavili mesto Dán
which later got called Caesarea Philippi.
a neskôr to bolo nazvané Cezarea Filipy.
The city in honor of Caesar that was built by King Philip.
A je tam mesto, ktoré bolo vystavané kráľom Filipom.
When Jesus says to Peter, "Your name is Simon," which means a stone,
Keď Ježiš povie Petrovi, tvoje meno je Šimon, to znamená skala,
and he says, "Upon this rock I will build my church."
a on hovorí, na tejto skale vystavam
They're
svoju
actually standing
cirkev.
on a mountain,
Oni vtedy stoja na vrchu
and down in the valley
a dole v údolí
is Caesarea Philippi,
je Cezaria Filipy.
and this is the headwaters of the Jordan River.
A to sú tie pramene
There's a quarry
Jordánu.
here, and they quarry the stones from the mountain to build this city.
A oni vlastne, aby vystavali to mesto, vyťali kameň
where Jesus
z toho vrchu. A tu Ježiš
You're the
hovorí,
stone,
ty si ten
and I'm the
kameň
mountain.
a ja som ten vrch.
And so when he changes his name to the stone,
Keď zmení svoje meno na kameň,
this is straight fulfillment of the prophecy of Daniel 2.
to je priame naplnenie Daniela 2.
So I think I would suggest there's enough evidence in Scripture to say when you're given a name, it's indicative of a person's character.
Je dostatok dôkazov v písme, ktoré hovoria, že keď Pán Boh dáva niekomu alebo niečomu meno, je to
So
význam
it
jeho
mentions
povahy.
the name and the works in Revelation 3:1.
V Zjavení 3 tam je meno aj skutky.
The name says that you live,
Takže meno hovorí, že
and
žiješ.
you should have corresponding works, but the works are dead works.
A mal by si mať korešpondujúce skutky, ale tie tvoje skutky sú mŕtve.
If you weren't comfortable with that,
Ak s týmto nie ste v poriadku
you
alebo
can go to
nesúhlasíte,
the word sardis
môžete sa pozrieť na slovo sardis
and see that it is indeed red.
a uvidíte, že naozaj to znamená slovo
The reason
červený.
it's called red
A dôvod, prečo je
is
červený,
because the color red is the color of blood, and blood is where a person has life.
je preto, lebo červená je farba krvi a to je symbol života.
When you see the story of David,
Keď vidíte príbeh Davida,
the first story about him,
ten
description of
prvý
him,
príbeh
is that he was ruddy.
je o tom, že bol
This only
červený.
works for white people.
Toto funguje len u bielých ľudí.
If you're ruddy, what does that mean?
Keď ste červení, čo to znamená?
It means your cheeks are red and glowing,
Červenajú sa vám líca,
which is a sign of health.
to je znamenie
You've got good
zdravia.
blood flow.
Dobre vám prúdi krv.
So red becomes a
Červený
symbol of life,
je symbolom života.
which is why it's sardis, because it means red.
Preto je to sardis, znamená červený.
But you can do it straight from the English.
To môžeme
So,
vidieť rovno z
Their name
angličtiny.
says they're alive, but their works say that they're dead.
Takže to meno hovorí, že žiješ, ale skutky, že si mŕtvy.
So it's the
Skutky sú
same.
mŕtve. To je to isté.
Hopefully we're okay with that.
Dúfam, že súhlasíme.
So we've seen that the everlasting gospel
Večné evanjelium
is prophetic.
je prorocké.
We've discussed that,
O tom sme hovorili.
which is why we moved away from morality.
Preto sme sa pohli od morálky.
We then looked at different definitions,
Pozreli sme sa na rôzne
And then we went to
definície
this picture work here.
a prišli sme k tomuto obrazu.
And this is where we ended our class this morning.
A tu sme dnes ráno skončili našu hodinu.
And this is what I want everyone to see and understand.
A toto, chcem, aby všetci videli a rozumeli.
So we all have a working knowledge
Všetci máme fungujúce
of how to
poznanie.
deal with this promise or prophecy or prediction.
To, ako sa vysporiadať s týmto proroctvom alebo predpoveďou, premisom,
It's very easy.
je veľmi
When you're
jednoduché,
standing here in 1798
keď tu stojíme v
to
1798,
predict 1844.
predpovedať
In fact,
1844.
that's what that message is designed to do. P1.
Toto posolstvo to má urobiť, to je to P1.
Prophecy 1,
Proroctvo
its
1,
job function is to predict prophecy 4.
jeho úloha je predpovedať P4.
You come to this story here.
Prídeme k tomuto príbehu
This was
sem.
Millerite history.
Toto sú dejiny
This is
Milaritov,
Christ's history.
toto sú Kristove dejiny.
So we begin at the same waymark, 4 BC.
Začneme na tom istom milníku, 4 pred Kristom. 4 roky pred
There's
Kristom.
P1, there's 1.
To je P1, 1.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Máme
2,
raz, 2,
3,
3,
4.
4. Raz, 2, 3, 4.
So this prophecy here,
Toto proroctvo tu,
this birth,
to narodenie,
the magi or the wise men are going to come.
keď prídu tí mudrci,
The shepherds, angels,
pastieri,
they
anieli,
all mark the fulfillment of this prophecy.
oni všetci značia naplnenie tohto
And all
proroctva.
of them are predicting this event here.
Všetci predpovedajú túto udalosť tu.
But that's not enough.
Ale to nie je
In order
dosť.
to get to this stage,
Na to, aby sme prišli sem,
you have to walk over this ground or pass over the ground.
musíme prejsť cez túto zem,
Passing over the ground equals what?
cez tieto skúsenosti. Čo to vlastne znamená prejsť cez tú zem?
Experience. Someone
Mať
said?
tú skúsenosť
An experience that you have over a time period.
v určitom časovom období.
We'd call it a dispensation.
My to nazývame obdobie.
From the time of the end
Od času
to the
konca
shut door.
k zavretým dverám.
From the time of the end
Od času
to
konca
the shut door.
k zavretým dverám.
As you go through this dispensation,
Ako pôjdeme cez toto obdobie,
you need to prepare to get to here.
musíme sa pripraviť, aby sme
And how
prišli
do you
sem.
prepare?
Ako sa pripravíme?
How do you know
Ako budeme
that you're
vedieť,
going to reach this point successfully?
že úspešne dorazíme sem?
This model is too simplistic.
Toto je príliš jednoduchý
Just this
model.
prophetic test.
Táto prorocká skúška.
And it's also too simple to say that there's two streams of information.
A tiež je príliš jednoduché povedať, že sú dva zdroje informácií.
Even that is too simple.
Aj to je príliš
So we've
jednoduché.
gone from very basic models to much more sophisticated ones.
Takže sme išli od príliš jednoduchých modelov takým
Simple
sofistikovanejším.
test.
Jednoduchá skúška.
Accept that the Sunday laws come in or die.
Prijímite, že prichádza nedeľný zákon, alebo
Then-
zomrite.
You have two
Potom?
versions,
Máme dve verzie,
two streams.
dva zdroje.
Even that is too simplistic.
Aj to je ešte príliš
What
zjednodušené.
happens is,
To, čo sa
as
deje, je,
you walk through this history,
že ako prechádzame týmito dejinami,
what is happening?
čo sa deje?
What is occurring?
Čo sa tu deje?
Sister Kathy?
Katy?
Special prophecies
Zvláštne proroctvá
are coming to their end.
prichádzajú k svojmu
Not
koncu.
this one,
Nie toto.
these ones. We've
Ale
got
tieto.
three.
Máme 3.
There's more than three.
Sú viac ako 3.
Special prophecies are coming to their end.
Špeciálne proroctvá prichádzajú k svojmu
And as you
koncu.
see the prophecies coming to their end,
Ako vidíme tie proroctvá, čo prichádzajú k svojmu koncu,
they're coming to the end in which way?
akým spôsobom prichádzajú k svojmu záveru?
In their order,
Vo
which
svojom
is why we
poradí.
have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Preto máme raz, 2, 3, 4.
And if they come in their order,
Ak prichádzajú vo svojom poradí,
how do they know which order to come in?
ako vedia, v ktorom poradí majú prísť?
How do they know?
Ako to vedia?
There must be some connection between the two.
Musí tu byť určité prepojenie medzi tými dvoma.
So if we're queuing up for lunch
Čiže ak sme v poradí na obed
and your parents were there,
a sú tam naši rodičia,
what would you do?
čo by ste spravili?
Push them out the way and
Odstrčíte
go
ich
ahead of
nabok
them?
a idete prvý?
Or
Alebo
you show them reverence
ukážete im úctu
and you put them to the front?
a dáte ich ako prvých?
How would you know what to do?
Ako by ste vedeli, čo máte robiť?
Because you know the order of things.
Viete, aké je poradie veci, ako sa veci
And what is the
majú
order?
diať. A aké je poradie?
That children
Deti
honor their parents,
si ctia rodičov.
which means there's a connection between the two.
Čiže tam je medzi nimi prepojenie.
If we're okay with that?
Áno?
So for something to have order,
Na to, aby v niečom bol poriadok alebo poradie,
each prophecy must know its place in relationship to another prophecy.
každé proroctvo musí poznať svoje miesto vo vzťahu k inému
So
proroctvu.
P3,
Takže Petri,
if we turn it into a person,
keď z toho
personify it,
urobíme človeka teraz,
it has to know
Petri
that
musí
it comes
vedieť,
after number 2 and comes
že
before
príde-
number 4.
že príde až po P2, ale pred P4.
It doesn't have a number. I just put that on.
To nemá číslo, to som tam dal ja.
How does it know where to go, where to place itself?
Ako to proroctvo vie, kam sa má umiestniť?
How would it know? It would have to say
Muselo by povedať,
P2
P2
is some event
je nejaká udalosť,
happened here.
ktorá sa deje tu.
And P3 would say,
A Petre povie,
I know
ja viem,
that I have to happen,
že ja sa musím udiať,
have to come to my end
musím prísť ku koncu
after
svojmu
this event,
po tejto udalosti,
but before this one.
ale pred touto.
How would it know that?
A ako to bude vedieť?
How would it know it needs to come after P2?
Ako vie, že musí prísť po P2?
There's a process.
Je tu určitý
There has
proces,
to be a process, which means there's a connection.
takže musí byť medzi nimi prepojenie.
You have to build something before you put it in the box.
Musíme najprv niečo zbudovať predtým, ako to dáme do
So
nejakej
once you
skrinky,
have a
krabičky.
process,
Keď máme
everything has
proces
its order.
a všetko má svoje poradie,
So what I wanted us to see,
to, čo chcem, aby sme
that
videli,
word order
že to slovo poradie alebo
teaches an
poriadok
important principle.
nás učí dôležitý
That
princíp.
all of these prophecies
Poradie týchto
have to be
proroctiev
connected.
musí byť prepojené.
If they were not connected,
Ak by neboli
we would
prepojené,
say,
povedali by sme
for instance,
napríklad
Islam, King of the
Islam,
South.
Král juhu,
We okay? Islam, 9/11,
Islám,
King of the
9.11,
South, November
Král juhu.
2019.
november
might call it
2019. Môžeme to nazvať Rafiou.
So what on earth has Raffia got to do with Islam? Nothing.
Čo Rafia má dočinenia s islamom?
So just flip them round.
Však ich môžeme prehodiť.
This could happen before this one.
Toto sa môže stať pred týmto.
But no,
Nie.
they happen in their order.
Dejú sa vo svojom poradí.
This has to happen after this one.
Toto sa musí udiať po tomto.
And that causes us huge problems.
To nám spôsobuje veľké problémy.
Why?
Prečo?
What's the problem?
Aký je to problém?
In Acts 27,
V skutkoch
what do
27.
we know?
Čo poznáme?
What is this I just said?
Čo je toto?
What did I call that?
Ako som to nazval?
South.
Toto
Called it
je
the King
juh,
of the South.
král juhu.
And this was Islam.
A toto je
And
islám.
Islam are the people of...
A to sú ľudia
So what's the problem with this?
východu. Aký je tu problém?
In Acts 27,
V skutkoch
it says the
27
South
vidíme,
comes
že juh
before the East.
prichádza pred východom.
And now you have a model.
A teraz máme
Is it in
model.
order?
Je to v poriadku? Po poradí?
No, it's not in order.
Nie, nie je to
So
po
there's a
poradí.
problem.
A to je problém.
The way I've sketched this out,
Spôsob, ako som to
there's a
nakreslil,
problem here.
je tu
You've got
problém.
the east before the south.
Máme východ pred juhom.
And so we need to be really careful
Takže musíme byť opatrní,
as we start ordering these prophecies.
keď začneme tieto proroctvá dávať do poradia.
You have to use the right markers.
Musíme používať tie správne
And this is
milníky
not
alebo
the right way
značky.
to mark this.
A toto nie je správny spôsob, ako to označiť.
Because I've put these out of order using
Ja som to
this.
sem označil mimo poradia.
But what we have to do is keep it in order.
Ale my to musíme nechať vo svojom poradí.
Otherwise you get problems.
Inak prídeme do problémov.
Let's pray.
Poďme sa pomodliť.
Heavenly Father, we thank you.
Drahý nebeský Otče, ďakujeme Ti.
We ask and pray that you would bless us.
Prosíme ťa o požehnanie.
Help us
Pomôž nám
to keep everything in order
udržať všetko vo svojom poriadku,
so that we might not make mistakes.
aby sme nerobili chyby.
And as we walk through our own history,
Ako ideme cez naše vlastné dejiny,
as we keep the prophecies in their order,
keď udržiavame proroctva vo svojom poradí,
they will guide us and
oni
shield
nás
us
budú viesť
from making mistakes
od toho, aby sme urobili chyby,
and falling into the wicked world below.
aby sme nespadli do toho bezbožného sveta dolu.
We thank you in the name of Jesus for this promise.
Modlíme sa o toto zasľúbenie v mene Ježiša.
Amen.
Amen.